Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see your deck featured on the channel, hang out with me and the amazing BoshNRoll community on Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, or book an individual coaching session, check out the Patreon and YouTube member links in the video description. Use the code BoshNRoll to get 10% off the best Magic apparel on the market at coalesceapparel.shop. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to order cards from tcgplayer.com, or play any deck, anytime, with a Magic Online loan account from cardhoarder.com. Thanks again for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome to another BoshNRoll Legacy video. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Chris, I am here with some madness. It's funny how life lines up sometimes. I haven't seen or heard a word about this deck in probably 4 months, and I just got beat by it the other day in a league I was playing. I was on Pox, by the way. Like, talk about bad matchups. The deck that wants to discard all its cards. And Chris just had this in the request queue as well a few days later. So from not having heard a word about Madness in months, I got smeared by it in a league, and now I'm playing it myself. I have played this deck on the channel before. It was really hot like a year and a half ago. Whenever Modern Horizons 2 came out and we got Blazing Root Walla, the second set of Wallas to complement Basking Root Walla, these creatures both have Madness 0, which means when you discard them, you can cast them for free. That really set off the Vengevine engine. Angie's Ravager, also a Madness spell. It costs 1 and a red, really powerful effect, enabling Hollow One. This deck is extremely powerful. One of the true aggro decks in Legacy's existence right now. Kind of your nut draw is Lion's Eye Diamond, and then you just crack it, and you discard Vengevine, Angie's Ravager, and Basking Root Walla. Then you get the 4/3 right away, because madnessing a creature does count as casting it. The Vengevine goes to the graveyard as the cost of using LED. Then you have 3 red in your pool, which can pay for Angie's Ravager's madness cost of 1 and a red, and Root Walla is free, and then off you go. And various permutations of that exist, where maybe you have 2 Vengevines, or 3 Root Wallas, or whatever. Maybe Anger's in the graveyard, and Angie's Ravager immediately draws 3 cards as well. And maybe one of them's Hollow One that you get to cast. There's a lot of overlapping insanity here. Putrid Imp can enable some discard stuff. Being able to discard on purpose, like with control, is worth something compared to Lion's Eye Diamond, which is your whole hand, or Burning Inquiry, which is at random. That's a strong enabler. It's also a creature for Vengevine. So you can like cast Putrid Imp, discard a Vengevine, then discard a Root Walla, and Root Walla is your second creature after Putrid Imp, and you get a turn 1 Vengevine. That's a thing this deck does. Faithless Looting, of course. Much like the old Phoenix deck in Modern, that ended up getting Faithless Looting banned in that format. Faithless Looting, being draw 2, discard 2, is actually better in this deck than if it was just 1 red, draw 2 cards. Like, the discard is actually worth positive interaction in the deck compared to simply having more cards. Faithless Looting can enable Hollow One pretty well. It can enable Vengevine, just not on turn 1, but you'd need to find an extra mana somewhere. You could even like Faithless turn 1, like Mountain, Lion's Eye Diamond, Faithless Looting, put Faithless Looting on the stack, sack for red, then your hand's empty, then you loot 2, then you can flashback the looting with the floating red, if that's something you want to do. Sometimes this deck does just want to yeet permanents off the top of the deck, or yeet cards into the graveyard from the top of the deck. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on here, and it happens very quickly. Let's just do this thing. Jumping into the league. This is Madness for Chris. I'm on the draw in round 1 against an opponent who has already mulled to 6. Unfortunately, this Taiga doesn't cast Putrid Imp. Yeah, the fetch lands and bad lands are the way to cast that card. What does this hand actually do? I can gamble for Root Walla. Does that help me? And I could Faithless Looting and try to set up a big second turn. I could try to spike a Black Source. This is like literally Black Source away from going nuts. Like Putrid Imp, discard 3 cards, including Vengevine, cast Hollow One trigger, and we're off. I'm going to keep this. It's just very close in a number of directions, and I want to try it. I might be setting up a turn 2 situation with Faithless Looting. We'll see. Underground Sea, and Dark Ritual. Oh, am I just getting Doomsdayed? Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Interesting. So they're gonna go to 8 life from this. Alright. What do I need to do to get 2 Vengevines into play this turn? I need to draw a Rootwalla and then Faithless Looting into a Vengevine and 2 more Rootwallas. Or 1 more Rootwalla. If I have anything that I can gamble for that actually, like, makes this game really easy. Anger, maybe? Okay. Oh, they're at 9, not 8. Right, 19, rounded down. Yep, okay. We got there on the thing I wanted to get there on. Okay, let's see if they kept Daze or Force of Will, but I'm ready to smash here. Putrid Imp, go. Please resolve, please resolve, please resolve, please resolve. I could have used Lion's Eye Diamond to play around Daze, but that's not really where I want to be. All right, discard Vengevine. Discard Taiga. Discard Faithless Looting. Cast Hollow One. Trigger Vengevine. Oh, I should have played the Lion's Eye Diamond first. If I get dazed here, I deserve to lose. It might just have me beat anyway. We'll see. Do I want to Lion's Eye Diamond here? Does that do anything? No, I think I've done everything that I need to do this turn. And they're dead on board, so did they set up a turn 2? Or not? Oh, what I should have done. Okay, there was an out here. I should have played to the out of Lion's Eye Diamond, Flashback, Faithless Looting, Spike, Anger. That actually kills them. Now I'm going to lose instead. Predict, yeah, okay. Damn. Okay, I did have an out I didn't play to. I blew it there. And here they are. There's the Oracle. They did have Force of Will in this somewhere involved here. Just didn't use it. All right, let's see. Okay, I don't have to quit Magic. The anger wasn't there, but there was a possibility to just turn 1 my opponent there, and I didn't take it. Okay, I think that Mindbreak Trap is good. Doomsday can win without casting 3 spells in a turn. That's not a huge deal for them, but I still think it's good. I don't need Leyline or Meltdown. None of this other stuff helps. The goal is mostly to just go fast. Doomsday does struggle against active clocks because their combo uses half their life total. So the harder you can hit them or the more damage you can leave in play, deny them the ability to make it past the turn pile, which kind of forces them into Mindbreak Trap. Okay. What is the sideboard plan? Every card in the deck has a very important job to do. Burning Inquiry could just completely kill them. If they Doomsday and you just blow it up, discard the Oracle. That's cool. Do I need Anger in the mix? Ox of Agonis is kind of a grindy card. And maybe Ox is a little too slow for the matchup. Street Wraith enables turn 1 Hollow One. Like if you Faithless Looting and Street Wraith, you get Hollow One. Lion's Eye Diamond is built for speed. This is a Force of Will deck, though. I'm not sure if that actually means anything. I think I'm going to cut the Angers for Mindbreak Traps. Anger was my out to win last game outright, but I still have a bunch of haste creatures. Let's do it like this. On the play, double Vengevine, no Lion's Eye Diamond. I got a mulligan this. It doesn't actually do anything. This one does play. I'm going to keep it and send my mountain to the bottom. I can go discard Rootwalla. I could also just play Putrid Imp and pass. Or do I give up on Ravager to get Hollow One in? The mulligan's rough. Having 7 cards in this hand just makes it a lot easier. I'm going to play Putrid Imp, though. Resolved. I can lose out on Ravager to get Hollow One and Rootwalla right now. Or I can wait a turn where maybe I get got by a discard spell. I'm going to wait. Angie's Ravager is just one of the better cards that exists. Where's the Plowshares? Bummer. Alright. This is my discard enabler. Do I want to get Rootwalla into play and start attacking, or leave it in hand to pay out a Faithless Looting or similar? Alright. And this is the Asper Doomsday list. It just boards into Monastery Mentor aggro, basically. Alright. We're in a little bit of trouble here, but I'm going to try to put damage on my opponent. A bash for 3. and play another one of these. Yeah, this is starting to fall apart. My opening hand was a little slow, and now I'm just behind. They have 7 cards in hand. Preordain. Top bottomed and pass the turn. Jamble. Gamble seems good. But if I miss on the gamble, yeah, I don't have 3 mana. I'm just going to attack for 6 and make them do something. They're going to Swords to Plowshares. That's fine. Whatevs. Take 3. They have the Mentor here. We probably lose. Oh, Teferi. That's even worse. Teferi shuts off Madness, because Madness is an ability that casts a spell when you're not able to cast a sorcery. Second hollow one. Big oof, as the kids say. What happens if I gamble? What would I gamble for? Burning Inquiry? But even that is like pretty bad. Right, I'm going to put Blazing Walla back into play and see if I can connect with this Teferi and get it out of play before I gamble for anything. They got me really good with the juke here. I was ready to just let Putrid Imp carry the game, and not in fact what happened. Oh, they're Doomsdaying now. That probably means we're dead. Like, they have Teferi. They could have end-step Doomsdayed untapped and won with me distracted, but they're just going for it now, which means that they must have it. We got the GGs in the chat. Great. The old proactive, haven't resolved my spell yet, GGs. I hope they misclick or build their stack wrong and die. It's very easy to win from here, though. Doomsdaying with single cantrip, Brainstorm in your hand when your opponent can't interact. It's hard to mess this one up. They're at 6. There's Preordain. Top-topped, Lion's Eye Diamond, the cycle, Zach. They're going to have exactly 3 Devotion with 2 cards in their deck. Yep, they figured it out. Yeah, it got me good with the white sideboard cards. I was ready to just try to Goldfish against them, against blue counter magic, and that is not the plan. So, well played on that one. Good sideboard plan. I do think this Esper Doomsday deck that boards into like Monastery Mentor control is awesome. And it got me good here. On to the next round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. On the play for round 2, I could gamble for Lion's Eye Diamond and just let it rip. I'm going to keep... I guess I should Straight Wraith first. I guess maybe I should fetch first. I think fetching happens first. I'm going to get Badlands. Cycle Street Wraith. Asking Root Walla. Alright. That makes my Lion's Eye Diamond better. Alright, let's not miss here. We can hit any of the lands or the Root Walla off the gamble. Give me my Ravager and my LED. Land in the graveyard. Lion's Eye Diamond. And sack it for red. No Vengevine here, so Force of Will on my Ravager just leaves me hellbent with a Root Walla in play. Oh, my life is shit. Okay. Root Walla is going to have to win this game. I went for the explosion, but they had it. There are some like very Belchery feeling aspects of this deck. But going to attack for 3. Land, not the worst draw I could find there. The Force Pitch Spell Pierce, by the way, which is not a card you see in a lot of Legacy decks right now. I wonder if this is the Maxtortion Broken Rug pile. What's up, Root Walla number 2? I'm going to hold on to the second Root Walla. I could play it, and that like insulates against Lightning Bolt or whatever, but it's also a card in my hand for future Faithless Lootings or Burning Inquiries or whatever. Oh, you're Show and Tell. Okay. There's the sneak attack. Do we have the Spirit Guide or Lotus Petal? Come on, Burning Inquiry. Shit. Alright, we're not winning this one. Okay, put them to 9, and I'll play the land and then die to whatever's in their hand here. Just gotta hope they don't have a creature, I guess. Loaded 2, played a land. Intuition. Alright, they're gonna have a creature. I suspect we'll see 3 Grizzlebrands or 3 Emrakuls here. 3 Emrakuls, yep, you got it. Okay. We don't need to keep doing this. Alright, two rounds so far, 2 faster combo decks. With Force of Will backup. Mindbreak Trap. is like barely even good. In fact, it is, I would argue that it's bad even. Yeah, there's really nothing in the sideboard. There's no Pyroblast. There's, yeah. No, not even Surgical Extraction. This thing is just built for speed. Okay, I guess speed it will be. Same main deck 60 going back in. On the play. Okay, now we're ready to party. Keep this one. And this time I have a Vengevine. Let's see if they force my LED. Okay, how do I do this so it's crazy good? Do I gamble first? I think I do. I gamble for Vengevine. And it doesn't matter what I discard. Yeah, that sounds right. Gamble for Vengevine. Vengevine, and Vengevine went in the graveyard. Sack this for red. Now we're having a party. Let's fucking go. Please don't Surgical Extraction me. And Force of Will doesn't stop any of this. Yeah, you can force the Ravager, you're still taking 8. Force Pitching Ponder. And Rootwalla triggers the 2 Vengevines. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. And you're at 11. Go. If I draw a mana source, they're dead on board. If not, they are at 2. Ancient Tomb is off. They bottomed. All right, come on, land. Let's have the turn 2 Goldfish. Not quite. All right, fine. We'll have to settle for a turn 3 victory. And I am going to cast this other Rootwalla. That was a proper showcase of what the deck is capable of. That's turn 2. They've made a land drop and conceded. That's what we want to see. It's been happening to us lately, but nice to give it back once in a while. Still no sideboard. Right in. Let's go. This one's a little slower. This has the turn 1 Vengevine. I'm going to keep... I don't think I'm going to mulligan a turn 1 Vengevine for basically anything. Oh, we're going to lose the turn 1 Show and Tell. Seems. Another Rootwalla. Okay. They have Opposition Agent. Badlands get in there. Futured Imp get in there. They have 1000 IQ. They would counter that. But they don't. Rootwalla, let's go. Which is my second creature of the turn. It's me Vengevine. And I'm going to attack for 4. There's that. This City of Traders Lotus Petal start is really scary. If they're just goldfishing, I'm in trouble. Is this an intuition? Fascinating. Okay. So they're going to get 3 monsters or 3 show and tells here. They either already have show and tell. Okay. They're getting the 3 show and tells. This is where having like Surgical Extraction in the deck would be great. It's really good against intuition. But they have the right of it here of just ramming in because I don't really have anything else. I can't beat anything that would come out of this show and tell. Like, I'm not racing in Emrakul and never racing Grizzlebrand. I can at least put in Angie's Ravager, I guess. And can I get 15 or 6 permanents into play to survive a second attack here? I guess Putrid Imp should put in Blazing Rootwalla in the end step. It's for good measure. I'm discarding all these cards anyway. The land. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will be left with 1 permanent after all of this. I think I'm supposed to Faithless Looting first. I'm gonna get Taiga, cast Faithless Looting. Ooh, Lion's Eye Diamond, Faithless Looting. I could cast Burning Inquiry. All of this just puts material on the board and might make their hand weird. I could also just discard the Burning Inquiry and the Faithless Looting and put Lion's Eye Diamond into play to have more things to do. That's interesting. It's probably just Burning Inquiry, though. All right, yeah, I'm going to Burning Inquiry. Let's party. Just straight up mill 3. They discarded a Grizzlebrand. And Angie's Ravager has to attack, which means all my creatures have to attack. There's no cute plays to make here. Let's find 3 hollow ones. Found a Vengevine. Is that good? Block Ravager, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can drop in a permanent to keep something in the board. Have I cast a creature this turn? I don't think I have, but I gotta review my game log here. I cast Faithless Looting. I did not spike a Rootwalla anywhere along the way. What is the way out of this? I have to keep a permanent in play. What permanent should it be? Tridimp? Yeah, this is I don't think I'm going to be able to get there on this. Okay. Guess I'm just ending the turn. They're preordaining. Bottomed. I think I win this game if I just find another Root Walla somewhere in the top 19 cards in my deck. Okay. So discard Vengevine. Make sure that's in the graveyard. And discard Root Walla. Play the Root Walla. Now I have to sacrifice all but one of my permanents. If they have Force of Will here, I lose all my permanents. Yeah, okay, that was the right play. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Don't think I get to win this one. I don't think there's an out. If my Burning Inquiry had hit another lizard along the way, I would have a Vengevine in play to go with this, and yeah, okay. That was closer than it looked, considering they had a turn 2 Emrakul and it annihilated me. We were still like 1 resource away from winning that game. Ships in the night. But once again, the combo deck with Force of Will has bested the combo deck without it. Classic Magic the Gathering. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the draw for round 3 with a Stone Nutter. I'm going to keep it. I get to Faithless Looting and then Lion's Eye Diamond and play my 2 Madness creatures. If the top 3 cards in my deck include a... Oh shit, I'm losing my Lion's Eye Diamond. Damn it! But someone who's over there with Swamp Thoughtseize might be disappointed about this. Depends on if their Thoughtseize is going to be followed up by a Entomb Grizzlebrand or followed up by a Smallpox. Draw another LED. Putrid Imp. Don't think that's better than Faithless Looting. I'm just going to loot. Faithless Looting. Discard the Root Walla, and I'm actually going to discard one of the fetch lands. Probably should have discarded one they didn't see off the Thoughtseize. Just giving away information here. Okay. Here's my Root Walla. Maybe that was supposed to be Putrid Imp. I'm insulated against Smallpox because I can discard Root Walla. Alright, it's not Pox. From Dark Confidant deck. Sure. Lion's Eye Diamond. Great Wraith. Alright. I'll start with that. A lot of lands. I think we're playing Dead Gael. That's cool. Going to attack. And actually I'm going to pump it. You're using your life total as a resource with things like Thoughtseize and Dark Confidant. And now we're in the phase of the game where I don't even need Putrid Imp to cast Ravager. I just have 3 mana. They flipped Prismatic Ending off of Bob. That can answer the Root Walla, if they care about that. Passing the turn. Okay. Gonna attack and play Putrid Imp. No pumps this time. They crack their fetch land. I'm gonna fetch 2. I would hate to get got by Opposition Agent. Okay. I guess Agent is just gonna get me if it's gonna get me at this point. It's not really a card I expect, but it's like in the color scheme, and they're a like creaturey black-white deck. There are things to consider. Like when it's free to play around Opposition Agent, I'm gonna do it, but now that I can't do it anyway, doesn't matter. Bob flips Scrubland, by the way. Oh, yuck. We're getting consumed. Oh, it's much worse. Actually, this isn't that bad. Like, they can attack. I block. We trade. I drop in a 3/3 that GT can't kill. I'm gonna block. And then give my Putrid Imp flying. AA. Put Ravager into play. Madness ignores normal timing restrictions, so I do get to drop a 3/3 here. And I didn't block with the 3/3 because then Jite could have finished it off, and this is the most important thing going on right now. Getting my Angie ravaging. See if they just pick off Root Walla. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that wasn't great. You see the Prismatic Ending over there, but I'm doing stuff now. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna fetch another Badlands. And I'm gonna attack and cast the 2 spells in my hand. Ravager has to fight every turn. Didn't find a hollow one. Root Walla get in. Ravager get in. When it goes to 9. I play Lion's Eye Diamond. I can still Faithless Looting this turn off LED. Yeah, that's probably what I want to do. Oh, wait, no. That discards my hand. Duh. I'm still going to play Lion's Eye Diamond, though, to play around discard. It plays into Prismatic Ending, but if they end Lion's Eye Diamond on this board instead of a creature, they're out of their mind. Words to Plowshares. Okay. So they do have Plow and Ending and the Jute counter to cause some trouble for me here. But as long as I keep mana up, Jute can't kill my Root Walla. Prismatic Ending, yep, it's gone. How that works. Still have Faithless Looting to reload here. That's good. Oh, bummer. I really want to hold up mana. Like, I would like to Faithless Looting, but if I do that, I give up on protecting Root Walla. How important is protecting Root Walla compared to putting Hollow One into play? I can do both. If I loot, I end up with one Hollow One plus one other card in my hand. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm going to leave up the green. Ting? Oh, bummer. Oh, I still get two of these. All right. I discard these two. The Street Wraith and the land. I'm going to attack for my 1 point here, which they can't really fuck with. But if they do fuck with it, they lose out on these Hollow Boys. Right. And these both cost 1. So let's get them into play. Bango. Here they are. Would have been a lot better if I could sandbag that mountain. Maybe I should have just attacked first, but then I lose out on Vengevine. If I attack first, then I can keep the mountain back, and I discard the 2 land, cycle Street Wraith. I have an extra card, and my Hollow Ones are in play for free. All of that's a lot better than what actually just happened. Just tutored up Lion Sash. Okay. My deck's not really a graveyard deck, only a little bit. Like, Vengevine and Faithless Looting come out of the graveyard, but mostly the action happens on the stack. Lion Sash. Here we go. That was not the action I wanted. I think I just attack with all my creatures. Well, if I attack with the Hollow Ones, there's a forced block. Or they could go to 10 from Jute, just take it, and then stabilize. Or if I attack with Root Walla, and they pump Stoneforge Mystic, block, get 2 counters on Jute, but then there's a forced block on Lion Sash. I think I have to attack with all my creatures here. 4 forts are just really good. I'm gonna demand some activity out of my opponent. Attacking with Root Walla makes it so they can't just gain 2 life and call it a day. Okay, they took the block I thought they would, right? Which forces the Lion Sash to go. I do have to act first on pumping my Root Walla, because Stoneforge does just beat it in combat anyway. Pumping the Stoneforge. So they go to 4. They lose Lion Sash, but they have Jute with 2 counters on it. And that is now what I have to beat. And they also have 1 mystery card in hand with Stoneforge Mystic, untapped. Could get me with Cauldron of Batterskull here. Played a land. That's good, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's bad if they just elbow tap and put Cauldron into play. Let's see if Stoneforge attacks. Okay, they're hanging back with their 5/6 blocker. How do I beat this now? A little Rudy Duty here. I think I need to slow down and explode with a Vengevine. Wait, did I just fuck up? Did I have Jute beat? If I didn't even stop to do the math. I just like saw a 5/6 in play and was like, I can't attack. But if it's a 5/6, then they're dead to the other one. If they pump and gain life, they just like lose to a removal spell. But if they had a removal spell, I think they would have cast it. That's the life I was looking for. Fresh life out of this game. Faithless Looting. Find me some action. Okay. I think I want to discard one of the Root Wallas and the land, and then gamble for Vengevine. Land and one of the Root Wallas. Then gamble for Vengevine. Sounds right. Vengevine I want. I think so. And Vengevine hit the graveyard. I can flashback Looting, which might get me another Vengevine. I'm going to flashback Looting. That does the most here. Yeah, buddy. Discard 2 Root Wallas. Trigger Vengevine. Yes, use the ability. Okay. I believe I've done what I was supposed to here, and now you need 2 removal spells to survive this combat. If they have the 2 removal spells, I'm in trouble. Alright, they did have one of them. 1 card left in hand. Oh, that was tight. That was an awesome game. Finding that extra attacker got me over the hump. Ancient Grudge is coming in for sure. Might want Meltdown. Or this might be a Firestorm matchup. This card fucking rules. If you have not seen this card before, 1 red instant has an additional cost to cast this, discard X cards, and then deal X to each of X targets. So there have to be X targets in play. You can't just discard 7 on turn 1. But there's always your opponent and you. You can always Firestorm for 2. And then if there's a creature in play, you can go 3. And this card just rules. I want my Firestorms in. Firestorm and Ancient Grudge. Haste is important, but we've also seen Graveyard Hate in the main deck. I just think Anger is one of the like kind of win more cards in the deck. Like obviously, we've seen multiple games come down to like 1 turn, one way or the other, where Anger would just crack it open. But as far as actually executing a proactive game plan that you're happy with, Anger seems like the most superfluous. Now, what else am I looking for? Probably Burning Inquiries. Burning Inquiry and Firestorm are both 1 mana red enablers, but one of them is powerful and I have control over, and the other is just insane. Yeah, this works for me. I kind of am expecting Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace out of them, and just moving a little off the graveyard plan is where I want to be. Oh, we got the Firestorm and a Vengevine. I have turn 1 Vengevine even without the Firestorm. Stands great. Let's see if they mulligan looking for a Leyline. They did mulligan. They did not find a Leyline. Thoughtseize. Okay. I expect to lose Putrid Imp or Firestorm here, but I do have 2 enablers, which is great. I lost the Firestorm. That is not what I would have chosen, but I don't know their hand, obviously. But Putrid Imp is the one that can put a 4/4 into play immediately. And if they have Surgical Extraction, that would explain this decision. Discard Vengevine, discard Rudy. That is my second creature for the turn. Vengevine trigger on the stack, and they do not have Surgical. Okay. You're at 14 past turn 1 with 6 power in play. This deck definitely makes you feel things. Robert, yeah, that makes sense. If they were in on Dark Confidant, makes sense why they would take the Firestorm. Gonna attack with all my creatures. Their life total is a resource. And I'm gonna fetch now. I don't think they have Opposition Agent or whatever, but they could also respond to my fetch by killing Putrid Imp, which is no good for me. Bob flipped a Bob, you're at 6. Okay, do you have some powerful card that beats me? Like, I don't know, Snaring Bridge or Plague Engineer on Lizard slows me down a lot. Okay, they do have Plague Engineer. I'm gonna get one of my Ravagers in, just in case they name Zombie instead of Lizard. Don't want to get caught with my Imp's pants down, as it were. Make this joke every time I play with or against Madness, but I love that Plague Engineer on Lizard is a actual functional legacy interaction that matters. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna give my Putrid Imp flying by discarding Angie's Ravager. That lets it attack. The Ravager doesn't have haste or anything, but you have flying. And I can attack with all of my creatures. I get a Rootwalla out of the deal. Can't play the other Ravager, unfortunately. But what did just happen is I drew Firestorm. And I have 2 cards in hand. Well, I guess I have 1 with the land drop. My Rootwalla died immediately because of Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer is going to trade with Angie's Ravager. Okay. I can discard my Vengevine at will. Next turn, I'll be able to Firestorm for 2 if they put anything in front of me. I can put them to 2 and kill their Dark Confidant or whatever while discarding Vengevine. There we go. Just finally smeared a fair deck after getting beat around by combo decks for a couple rounds. On to the next one. It's round number 4. I'm on the draw. I have one of the more bonkers hands I've had. I'm going to keep it. First appearance of Anger. Let's see if it's good. Island Ponder. Respect it. The real decision here is what this gamble is going to get. And I think the answer is Angie's Ravager. Or I could just go bonkers with Burning Inquiries, but as much as I like the idea of messing up my opponent's hand, I like the idea of passing the turn with 8 power and play more. Ponder did not shuffle. See what happens here. Oh, hollow one. Now Burning Inquiry is a lot more interesting. I'm going to play my Arid Mesa and Lion's Eye Diamond in case I end up discarding a Madness card here. Now Burning Inquiry results in hollow one if I don't discard the hollow one, which I 100% will. Told you. Hollow one in the graveyard, Anger, Vengevine, Rootwalla all survived. As you do every fucking time. Is there a route forward? I think I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I can have a big gamble turn next turn. There's a Faithless Looting in my graveyard, which could enable a Vengevine. We're playing against Storm. They just lost Thoughtseize, Brainstorm, Burning Wish. So that's good information. I know I'm not going to get Force of Willed. I might get Abrupt Decayed after board, but that's not going to happen this time. Okay, there's something powerful to do here. I believe gamble is involved. If I gamble for another Rootwalla, or I want to gamble for Ravager, right? If I gamble for Ravager, that gets me Vengevine, Rootwalla guaranteed. Okay. Do I want to Inquiry first? I don't think so. Because then if I lose the gamble, not where I want to be. Okay. Gamble for Angie's Ravager, which will have haste no matter what here. Okay, I can Burning Inquiry and do the thing right now. All the cards in my hand, I'm pretty happy if they hit the graveyard. Inquire. And I'm going to float mana, which drops the Vengevine. And that happens before my spells are cast. Vengevine's up. We hit a Lion's Eye Diamond, Brainstorm, Misty, Rainforest out of my opponent's hand. And 1 mana is not enough to flashback Faithless Looting. Whoop. It is enough to pump my Rootwalla, though. And we're going to attack for 10 and draw 3 cards. Not a bad turn, too. Let's see if we're dead. We have made their hand weirder than they want it to be, but, I mean, it's Storm. With 7 cards in hand, they could easily win. Show me something sad. Oh, no. I've given them Threshold with my Inquiries. They can duress my Faithless Looting. 4 cards left in their hand. 3 cards left. Rain of Filth, that's pretty good. They can't add Nas, but if they have Past in Flames, that'll do it. Well, they need a Tutor and Past in Flames. Need to get Hellbent. Alright, so they have... That is the Past in Flames. What's the last card in hand? You have the Tutor in your hand. Flashback Rain of Filth. Yeah, they're just building Storm. They might just have Tendrils in their hand, too. Duress. Yep. Storm is now lethal. Just had the Tendrils in hand. Alright. Natty Tendrils does the trick. Another Ships in the Night. Just smashing into each other. Fair enough. The classic Burning Inquiry. Discarding the one hollow one you didn't want to discard and keeping every card you did want to discard. Good shit. Mindbreak Trap comes in here. Leyline of the Void does have text in the matchup, but I don't know that I want to be mulling to a card like that. I don't think Anger... Once again, Anger is just sort of like slow and whatever. Just a little extra, but... Which, I mean, against Storm, but a lot of my deck has haste anyway. I don't know. Sideboarding stuff here. I don't believe I want the ley lines. They just... I'm not going to mulligan to one, and even if my opening 7 has one, my opponent... What? But I guess in like the grand scheme, Leyline stops Past in Flames, and when you can beat up on the deck so ad nauseum is unreliable, Past in Flames is where they're going to go with it. But what 7 cards would I cut? I don't even know what 3rd card I want to cut right now. Probably Ox, because it's just a little slower and grindier. And everything else comes out fast. I could cut the Burning Inquiries. They're bad anyway. Just always going to discard my good cards. Do I want to load up like this? Is that how I want to go? This actually looks okay now that I'm looking at it. Let's run it. I get to go first. My hand sucks, but it has Leyline. Not really where I wanted to be. This is what I was talking about, where you mostly just want to come out of the gates and like Yeah, I'm not going to keep a hand strictly on the strength of Leyline of the Void. Okay, I will keep a hand on the strength of Leyline of the Void and Mindbreak Trap and a series of 1-drops. I'm going to keep this, and I have to bottom one of these. It's probably Street Wraith. Street Wraith on the bottom. Done. Put in Leyline. Okay. Then Badlands. Do I want a Faithless Looting or Putrid Imp? I think it's Putrid Imp. I can Faithless Looting next turn with more explosive potential. I hope they just caution to the win. Go for an Ad Nauseam right now and die to Mindbreak Trap. The Leyline in play does create that tension of Ad Nauseam is not going to be good for very long. And it did mull to 6 and put the Leyline in, so they may think I kept on the strength of Leyline and not bother to Thoughtseize me first. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out together. They got Bayou, so that's Thoughtseize mana, unless they just Dark Ritual here. God damn it. All right, whatever. Fair enough. There goes my Mindbreak Trap. I'm not going to just drop in this Basking Rootwalla. I'm going to use it to maximize this Faithless Looting. Get some action here. Rootwalla. Cast both of these. Cast. I'm going to discard Putrid Imp also and cast Hollow One for free. And I'm going to attack. I am Hellbent. I have put my damage on the board. I have my Graveyard Hate. If you can Ad Nauseam right now, you're going to win. Dark Ritual. Oh, great. LED. Brain of Filth. All right, they are just going for it here. Okay, yep. They did have turn 1 Duress you into turn 2 Ad Nauseam. Good shit. From 18, and they do still have their land drop. This should be plenty. Okay, here we go. 2 Wish Claws, an Infernal Tutor, Ball Ritual, Lotus Petal. They hit the Tendrils, that's enough to win, right? Petal, Land Drop, Cabal Ritual, Tendrils. And that's 10 Storm. You did it. They're still flipping for Ad Naus. Show the Past in Flames. Just keep going. Hit Past in Flames. I mean, they literally already have it. Okay, we got turn 2'd through Leyline and Mindbreak Trap. What are you going to do? All right, they found the line. On to the final round, beat by another faster combo deck. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. I am on the play in the final round, hoping for a fair matchup, and I can just drop a Putrid Imp. I could Faithless Looting, and I'm keeping the hand. I think this is a Putrid Imp go kind of situation, which is never really the situation I want to be in. I think Faithless Looting is a little too low impact right now. I could just Burning Inquiry, I guess. Move some cards around for both me and my opponent. Maybe I do want a Burning Inquiry to just get weird about it. They kept a 7 that I'm sure they like. They kept a 7 that I'm honestly kind of lukewarm on. So let's Burning Inquiry. I'd like to find another land. Inquiry sees the most cards. Let's do it. This is where they Force of Will, then Wasteland me, and I don't play the game. Oh, we're playing at Storm again. Can't even wait. They lost Lion's Eye Diamond and Infernal Tutor. I lost Lion's Eye Diamond and Gamble. We basically discarded the same cards off of the Burning Inquiry. Yeah, they discarded Preordain. An Underground Sea. A Lotus Petal. Or are we just going for it? Claw Talisman. Okay. Investing in the future. Respectable. How about Vengevine off the top? Rootwalla. That makes Faithless Looting extremely appealing. I'm going to fetch for a Taiga and then cast the Looting. I'd like to see some Vengevine show up here or Hollow Ones. But none of the above, naturally. I could discard one of the Rootwallas and one of the Putrid Imps, and then Burning Inquiry, try to spike Vengevine, or I think I am going to do that. I'm going to Burning Inquiry again, which, as we saw last round against the Past in Flames deck, could be risky, but I need to get something going here, and I just have not done that. They lost Rain of Filth, Swamp, Lotus Petal. I found a Street Wraith. I'm going to try to spike Hollow One. Alright, no love. Okay. Weird card. Burning Inquiry. I don't think I've ever enjoyed casting that card. Like, I see people on, like, streams and stuff all the time who are like, Burning Inquiry, cast 2 Hollow Ones, go. And I'm just like, Burning Inquiry, discard 3 Hollow Ones, go. We got a Tropical Island over there. And a pass of the turn. Oh, yeah. Have I learned my lesson yet? Absolutely not. Okay. I'm going to play Putrid Imp as 1 creature. And then I'm going to Burning Inquiry and try to hit a Vengevine and a Lizard. Oh, I hit a Lizard, but it's still in my hand. Not where it's supposed to be. I guess I'm just going to attack for 4. Oop, take 4. My Putrid Imp is a Threshold, so it's a 2/2. In case that matters. We just Burning Inquiry the Past in Flames into the graveyard. The graveyard's actually pretty bad at Past in Flames right now, so that doesn't matter if they ritual a bunch of times into the Past in Flames. And they can Wishclaw for LED to make red and get the Piff going. I feel like I gotta be like approaching death here. Past in Flames turning Burning Inquiry into just like draw 3 is pretty insane. Though we have hit Lion's Eye Diamond, 2 Lotus Petals, and 3 lands off of it, which I guess gating the mana is the one thing I can do that's effective. All right, it's over. We're done. Thoughtseize, got him! Checkmate. Even if I lose the game, which I'm going to do, that did just happen. Maybe I don't want to cast Ruwala because it builds Storm, but I'm still going to do it. If I lose because that storm happened, it is what it is. Okay, F6. They're Wishclawing, Lion's Eye Diamond, that just lethal on its own. They LED Past in Flames, then they get to Dark Ritual, Reign of Filth. Oh, they had Cabal Ritual also. Okay. Yeah, this is uber lethal. 5. If 7 mana, use 5 of it to Past in Flames. Oh, they have Infernal Tutor in their hand as well. If this just shows me another ritual or LED. Oh. What's this? Are you just grabbing like another Cabal ritual? Because that works too. Okay, yeah, alright. You got me. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. I'm not gonna make them show this to me. Alright, Burning Inquiry continues to suck ass against Storm. I didn't know they were Storm when I cast the first one, but after that, the game plan was a little stuck. I'm going to try the plan I tried last game as well, and hope it holds up a little better. The Angers, the Ox, and the Burning Inquiries are what I'm cutting here. And let's do it like this. Our 4th combo matchup in 5 rounds. Okay, I have a Faithless Looting Ravager situation. I'm going to keep. I get to do the looting first. If looting finds Vengevine or Street Wraith, this hand goes from great to straight up bucknutty. Faithless Looting on deck. All right, found a Street Wraith. I'm going to discard Wooded Foothills and Blazing Rootwalla. That's the Rootwalla. Street Wraith can still hit a second Hollow One or Vengevine to get extra crazy here. Okay, no love there, but I do get this Hollow One for free. I'm going to cast the rest of my hand and pass the turn. I guess I can wait, right? Oh, but if I wait, like, these things don't have haste or anything. There's no... What's the punish if I wait? They could, like, storm me out. All right, I'm going to wait, actually. I guess if they, like, Thoughtseize me, and then I crack LED in response, storm is 4. That's how this goes wrong. But I would like to them to think they have more time than they do. Like, if they spend any time at all, like, casting Ponder, I just want to rain fire on them. Tropical Island, you got it. They're passing the turn. I'm doing the thing. Stack this for red. Here come all my creatures. Storm is 3. But we're in your end step. Don't know you can do anything about that. Now I get even Pump Rootwall on the way through, just to show them. Okay, I'm going to cast the Putrid Imp. That will be better in play than not in play. We get 3 looks here at Mindbreak Trap. Not a bad turn 2. Leyline sucks. But I did hit a land drop, found another root walla. Not that the second root walla matters. They are dead on board and I have no interaction. So go. One of us is dead here. I guess they could like chain a vapor my hollow one or something, but they would have done that before they took 4 from it, I'm sure. Okay. This is the second time in a game 2 against Storm I have put them to dead on turn 2. Let's see if this one can win the game where my last opponent couldn't. And they just took 10, so Ad Nauseam is mostly off the table. Here's a black source. That card cast Dark Ritual. Brainstorm. All right. They wouldn't be brainstorming if they already had it. They would be just doing it. Gotta hope they whiff here. It would be great to win a game just through combat without showing them Leyline or Mindbreak Trap. But that's just greedy at this point. I would like to take the win even if I have to give up information to do it. They're taking forever on this brainstorm. I hope that means they were coming up short by 1 or 2 tips of mana or storm in a bunch of different directions. Normally, if it's right there, you can move quickly. Just like, okay, yeah, count to 10, let's go. Let's hope that's not the case. Okay, we've got a Dark Ritual. Something's happening. They could have a non-deterministic line. They could mini Tendrils just to stay alive and see another turn. Or they could just have me dead. We'll find out together. A Ponder, okay. With Dark Ritual already committed, they Lotus Petal pondered. That's weird. Does that mean anything? Like, they could have pondered off of the Underground Sea, then use Lotus Petal to cast Dark Ritual. Why would they sequence Ritual first, and then once they have 3 in the pool, Lotus Petal ponder? Like, I'm not going to Daze or Spell Pierce. I don't know. Weird. Unclear. They did not shuffle the ponder. That's bad. Maybe they'll just hardcast Massacre. Surgical Extraction, my looting. Okay, that does build Storm, and they get to see my hand and my deck. So if there is a game 3, they're going to know about Mindbreak Trap and Leyline of the Void. And if there's not a game 3, then it doesn't matter. I already lose. The Surgical also gave them Threshold. Okay, it's looking bad. All right, looks like it did just take them 6 minutes to count to 10, and they had it the whole time. Good league. What the fuck? What a nightmare this has been. Tendrils is already lethal, but they insist on Past Inflaming anyway. Yep. Past Inflame, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Storm is 11. And here's the Infernal Tutor. I think in normal circumstances I play against Storm once every 2 or 3 leagues, and playing against it twice in this league, alongside Doomsday and Show and Tell. Absolutely horrendous. Okay. You got me. And that's that. A 1 and 4 performance on the league. We took the fair deck, the creatures and removal and card selection kind of deck, to the cleaners. And then we lost, in most cases narrowly, to Doomsday, Show and Tell, Storm, and Storm. We put a lot of turn 2 or 3 kills on the board, but the opponent just had it first. Or we had an explosive hand, but they had Force of Will and we didn't. And really, that's going to happen when you play. Like, Legacy is full of decks that can just win on turn 1 or 2 with no interaction. And we've chosen a deck that has no interaction other than reducing the opponent's life total to 0, which usually takes 2 or 3 turns to get done. And if your opponent wins on turn 1 or 2, what are you going to do about it? Is what it is. It was a tough run of pairings, but I hope the deck was showcased enough. Like, we had the explosive starts. We did what the deck is supposed to do. We obliterated the fair deck, and we put an honest race to most of the combo decks. It just didn't break our way this time, and that is what it is. I expect that a deck like this would be more successful in paper, where people are less into combo in general, or at least less into good combo decks. A lot has been argued in the Legacy community over the online meta versus the paper meta, and if they're actually the same thing, or if they are materially different, and if you should make different decisions based on that. And people can say what they want, but I think that Madness would be a lot better in paper or in a larger tournament. Like, leagues, you're incentivized to just win or lose quickly and get on to the next round if you're grinding leagues, which rewards playing combo decks. But in like Sunday challenges or PTQs or Mox qualifiers, whatever, people tend to settle into like the Delvers and the control decks, because you need to win all your matches, not just a positive number of them. But that's a metagame conversation, not a Madness conversation. We've done entire episodes of the Eternal Glory podcast about the Legacy metagame as it compares to paper and online. Feel free to check those out in the podcast link in my link tree. But I'm going to wrap up this deck. It did what it was supposed to do. Our opponents just did their thing faster. And when your only axis that you're playing is speed, faster opponents, 4 of them in a row, or I guess there was one in the middle, 4 of them out of 5 is a tough break. But the deck is sweet. Chris, thank you for asking me to play it. Angie's Ravager remains a card that I am terrified of and love having in play. Card's absolutely crazy. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, buy some shirts from coalesceapparel.shop using the code BoshNRoll at checkout for a discount. Check out my Patreon and my Discord and all the links in the video description below, and I'll see you next time.